Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tony, this is the 15-Minute Gamer, and today, no joystick, no keyboard, just my hands. No expensive HOTAS, no 100-key setup that takes ages. This is my very first pick up and play session of VTOL VR on the Pimax Crystal Light. VTOL VR is built completely for VR. Every switch in control is done by hand. And before we jump in, a quick shout out to Pimax, who sponsor today's video. Their new Crystal Light headset has clarity so sharp you can literally read every gauge in this jet. Check the comments and the description for the links you need. There's even an exclusive discount code in there. Let's get into the game. First up, I'm in the A10. Yes, believe it or not, this one is a mod. It is fantastic. It's just so beautiful. Starting up feels like a ritual. Battery on, engines ignite, all by hand, yet super simple. This is the same with all the jets and the helicopters. You get in and you kind of know how to get that thing started. It's surprisingly satisfying getting your jet powered up. With the Crystal Light though, every single label and switch is just perfectly crisp. The tracking on it means when I put my hands forward, I know it's going to press the right button and go where I want it to go. You're never guessing, you can actually read the labels. And with this game built for VR, that detail just totally clicks. As the engines spool up and you lift off, you realise you're not just playing a game, you're piloting. I've just got my arms rested on my armrests and I'm controlling this jet almost perfectly. It's honestly so much better than what you think it's going to be. Alright, it's time to get serious. I jump onto a carrier in a VTOL jet to take out some bombers. Yeah, I thought this would be a nice easy first mission to get into. Setting up everything by hand, I set the screens up and what they're going to do. I roll to the catapult. And remember, this is still all with my hands and nothing else.
Autopilot disengaged.
Of course, it doesn't always go to plan. Here, I tried taking off in what I thought was VTOL mode. Just say, lesson learned. I went flying off the carrier. Once you're airborne, everything changes. You learn to track targets, glance at your radar, and actually see the flight unfold around you. There's like a VTOL plane in this, and you can actually see the minigun turning when you're shooting at the bottom of your feet. And you know when you're trying to track something, you just move your head a little bit, and you can see all around you. I moved on my TAD display to lock the targets. It just feels like DCS, but so much easier. I just had to move the thumbstick, and that was it. The wide field of view from the Pimax is just a game changer. You're aware of everything going down. Cannon burst, one bomber down, 3 to go.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Altitude. Altitude.
When the sky lights up with them
Altitude.
explosions and I can see the bomber on fire on my TAD display, you forget there's a desk beneath you. You get really involved in the game. Alright, there's another bomber taking off.
Shoot.
Aim 9's away.
Shoot.
Let's just pause the action there, because one of my favourite parts of the game is the loadout feature. Seeing the jet right there in front of you, picking the weapons, saving the presets, it's brilliant. Honestly, there's so many weapons to choose from. Pylons are exactly as you'd expect. Also, while you're watching this, yes, it does full nighttime and NVG missions too, which honestly look incredible in this headset. Sunrise takeoffs are just a chef's kiss. Back to the action, and yes, there's loads you can download from the Steam Workshop. Plus, you can make your own in the in-game editor. Some of the campaigns have voice acting, radio chatter, AI wingmen, the lot. This one was a beginner's kind of close air support mission, so I take off and head to that waypoint fast.
Shoot.
Rockets away, and suddenly I'm lit up by SAM sight. Direct hit to my back end, but it's an A-10, so of course it kept flying. But it was just so much fun just to see them trails flying towards me, looking out the back of the aircraft to see what damage and stuff I'd caused.
Pull up. Altitude. Altitude.
After that excitement, I decided to give the little bird a go. This is also a mod. Starting it up was just as fun, blades spinning, and while they were spinning up, I messed around with the guns and the displays and had a little look at some of the other things I hadn't had a go at yet. And yeah, and then yeah, VR rule number 1, don't get distracted flying so low in a helicopter. Dirt 1, Tony 0. I then decided I was ready for a carrier landing. You know, landing's the real test of a quality pilot. I am not a quality pilot. Crosswind, pitch and deck, you judge the distance purely by eye. In VR, you feel that height and motion. It's kind of unnerving how real it is. You know, you kind of turn in your head to look at where that carrier is as you line up. Lining up, easy. And, well, nope. Too low, and I bounced off the deck. However, I put the power on and off I go again. Attempt 2 wasn't much better. I hadn't even done a normal landing in this game, let alone a carrier. But hey, this was only an hour in the game.
Over G.
And well, attempt 3 went even worse. Yes, I planted straight into the flight deck. Next, I decided to jump into an F-16 type plane and do some dogfighting, you know, air-to-air combat going on. You still had your full radar, you could still lock targets, you could still find them, and you still had your RWR going on. Honestly, so much fun dogfighting in this game. Again, I try and take down a couple of bombers that don't fight back so I can just get some practice in. I managed to take them all down, which is pretty cool. And that was kind of my first hour and a half with the game. I played it loads more since, but VTOL VR really shows what virtual reality can do. You don't just press buttons, you actually fly. You don't need loads of expensive kit outside of the VR headset to play it either. You know, you could be sitting on your sofa playing that game. You can sit on your chair, and again, you can completely play a flight simulator. The Pimax Crystal Light takes that further. Sharper visuals, wider view, and total immersion in the game. Check the links below for Pimax, Greenman Gaming, and NordVPN. Drop a like if you enjoyed the flight, subscribe for more VR sim content, and tell me what mission should I take on next. And you know, if you want to see more of this game, let me know. Anyways guys, I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.